Achievement Test 2. Recording 1.
So I guess my very earliest childhood memory was from when I was about 2 and I got stung by a bee. I'd been crawling around on the grass we had in the back garden and I must have put my hand on the bee because the next thing I knew, I was in a lot of pain and my mum was picking me up. I don't know what she did though. I don't think we went to the hospital or anything like that. In fact, I'm not really sure if I remember this story or if I've just imagined it after my mum told me about it. Your memories are a bit unpredictable, I think. One memorable event was my first day at school. I really hadn't wanted to go, but Mum dropped me off at the school gates and in I went. When the bell sounded for lunchtime, I walked out the school gates and the 2 kilometres down the road back home. I opened the door and said, "Hi Mum, I've been to school," feeling happy to have got through the first day. Of course, my mum looked at me in shock. Then she put me in the car and took me back for the afternoon classes. Another childhood event I recall is breaking my arm. Me and my 2 brothers were very competitive and always chasing each other around the house. The things we got up to were so dangerous, it's remarkable one of us didn't get seriously injured. I'll never forget one time when my older brother ran through a glass door. He didn't realise it had been closed, but then picked himself up from the pile of broken glass without a scratch. I really don't know how our mother was able to cope with us when we were young. Anyway, when the weather was good enough, and maybe sometimes when it wasn't, Mum used to send us outside, either to the garden or into the street, so that we could run around and use up some energy. But on this particular day, the weather must have been very bad, because we were inside. We had been playing our hide-and-seek game for a while, and I was hiding on the top level of a 2-level bunk bed. Quite soon, my younger brother found me and I tried to escape by jumping off the bed. As I started to jump, my brother grabbed my ankles and I fell down onto the floor and landed on my arm. Ouch! It was incredibly painful, but I was stubborn and determined not to tell Mum what had happened. I spent the rest of the day hoping my arm would feel better, but the longer it went on, the more painful it became. Eventually, at dinner time, Mum noticed that I was only using one hand to eat, and the story came out. She got me to the hospital as fast as she could, and I came home with a big white plaster around my arm, trying not to look too proud.